Good day. I'm Brian Berlikoff.
And I'm Mark Coots.
And we're here today to talk about the Anthony Morris Practice Builder course.
As seasoned advisors, Brian and I have seen many conferences, many programs, many training initiatives in our industry through the years. And I have to say, Anthony's is one of the best.
Absolutely. This is a course that's not only about the sales cycle, but also about all the administration under it that keeps you effective and efficient throughout the year. That, I think, be a good way of describing it.
His title is accurate. It is about building a successful practice. Anthony understands that although we're in sales, we are all also entrepreneurs, and we need to build a successful business model to help us not only attract clients, but also retain them.
Absolutely. And I think one of the advantages of this course, if you think about it, is it's not product focused or it's not sales cycle focused or administratively focused. It's really broad, like you said. It's really broad scoped. It's going to help you be more efficient and effective in what you do on a day-to-day basis. You know, so many times we go to conferences where the conference is on simply investment planning or insurance planning or even a specific product like disability insurance. But the nice thing about this course is it gives you tools that you can take from the classroom on Friday morning and use them on Monday afternoon, for example.
It's filled with practical ideas. One of my favorites is his referral script. Getting referrals is essential to success in our business, and yet it's a very difficult skill to learn and master. And Anthony's script, and I've seen many, is one of the easiest to master and yet one of the most effective as well.
That's the prospecting.
Yes.
And one of my favorite is, you know how you have that client that you met for the first interview and now they're coming back supposedly for the second interview, but you can never get them back into your office. And there's that great email that you can send them, and it really gets them off the fence.
I used that for the first time, and within 24 hours, my client replied, came into the office, and we finally closed the sale after 6 months of him sitting on the fence.
Great ideas. You know, think about it. Letters, emails, and all presented in a fashion that, you know, over this 6-week period of time, keeps you entertained. Mm-hmm. I mean, Anthony's entertaining. He's humorous. He takes real-life examples, brings them into the classroom. Not only that, nice casual style, and 6 hours in the classroom seems like 4 hours or 3 hours. Goes fast.
Well, he's very engaging, and that's not easy to do over the course of a full-day program. But the content is so varied, and he has such great analogies and also experience, because not only has he been training for many years, he's also got global expertise hearing the best practices from around the world. And that's always encouraging and enlightening to find out what other people are doing to build their best practices.
And that's the key. The whole course is about best practices, whether it's how you're going to run your office administratively, how you're going to ask a client to meet with you for the first time, or even how you're going to close the case. What are the best practices? And if you think about it, even just the value of the course itself, and there are great avenues where we can go and improve ourselves, whether it's the $1 Million Roundtable or whether it's your own sales congress in your hometown. And this is certainly on par with the very best in terms of value. Think about it. For the cost of this course, you could go out and simply use the ideas and sell 2 or 3 additional cases, and the course has already paid for itself.
And it's really an all-in-one program. As you say, it's so broad that you don't have to go seeking out a course on prospecting, then listen to a speaker on how to get referrals, and then how to get around the sales cycle. He gives you all of that in one package filled with ideas. And that's what I like, is Anthony forces you to stand back and look at your business from all the various angles: marketing, administration, prospecting, business management, and how all of those relate to the sales cycle, because we need to get around the sales cycle. I would say that for a new advisor that's chock-a-block with ideas to help you build your business from the ground up. For more seasoned advisors such as ourselves, the biggest challenge for us is how to maximize our face-to-face client time in front of our clients, because once you build a successful practice, it's too easy to get bogged down by all the administration. Anthony has given us ideas that have allowed us to put systems in place to spend less time on administration and more time in front of our clients.
And not only that, as you said, this course is for everybody, whether it's someone 2 or 3 years in the business or someone 15 or 20 years in the business. I mean, over those 6 weeks, how many times have we talked to somebody that was 18, 19 years in the business, and they'd come up and they'd say, wow, good practical idea that I can put to use next week in my business. Or even on the administrative side. People that have been challenged, as Mark just said, for 17, 18, 19 years, and they're putting out fires, and Anthony is giving them ideas in terms of how you can make your whole business run smoothly from A to Z.
Brian and I have trained around the continent, in the Caribbean, North America, and here in Canada. And we've seen different conferences where you go to an hour-long or a day-long session, but then it ends, and you're expected to take the ideas, but you're on your own to implement them. Anthony's format, where he has the modules spread out over the course of the year, forces you to keep the momentum going, because you know he's coming back in a few weeks to grill you and say, what have you done to implement the ideas you learned 6 weeks ago to help you build your business?
And, not only that, we've been to the $1 Million Roundtable several times. As a matter of fact, we spoke at it a couple times as well. And the momentum when you finish a $1 Million Roundtable meeting after 4 days. You're motivated, you're pumped, you want to come back to work and hit the ground running. And that's kind of how Anthony Morris's course is. Every time you leave that room, you're motivated and want to get back to the office and put the ideas to work immediately.
It's practical, it's motivational, it gives you all the tools you need. Anthony, thumbs up.
You've done a great job, Anthony. Way to be. Good course.
Bravo.
Okay, Anthony sat down and asked us to have a brief capsulization of what happened over the last year and what we got out of the process. So I've been asked to be kind of the moderator of the group. And John, what would you say that was the best thing that happened to you out of this year?
Rick, I think the biggest thing that I found was it confirmed that I sell product with passion. It was nice to find, I think it was in Modular 2, selling with passion. And what we do is just tell the truth to the clients on what we do. I'm a proud person to say that I'm a life insurance agent, and I think that came out very strong this year.
Ernie, what do you have to add to that?
I think what I got from it was it helped build more of a culture. One of the major benefits to the program is you're enabled or you're asked to bring your assistant, and the assistant is there and learning at the same time as you. And in our case, our assistant hammers it into us each week. Questions on certain systems that we've put in and why we're not following up on the systems. And it's a positive reinforcement week in, week out. And it's really enabled us to really increase our productivity and our organizational skills and effective use of our time in front of clients and with our staff.
There's two parts. One, I believe, is passion and process. And first, I'm going to talk about the process. I've been witnessing and seeing other processes in the last 16 years in the business. And without a doubt, this is the most succinct process I've ever seen in regards to selling. It has really changed my business around from a process standpoint and brought it back to simplification, and process. And the other one is passion. Passion is so much a part of our business, and today I'm selling with so much passion and so much confidence that I know going into meeting clients today that I'm coming out of there with sales, and nothing is going to deny that. And I've said this a couple of times already, I've started a firestorm in my business, and I don't know how to put it out. And I think that's the most important thing that I've ever seen in my own self. And my own confidence level is so high that nothing is going to stop it. And I'm really proud of that, and I really want to thank Anthony for that.
As a manager, we have all three managers from our center signed up to come to this. And I think it's important for managers to understand what the advisors are learning. And this is a process that not only do you come here and get to feel good about what you're doing, and unlike other events, you would leave and you wouldn't have any other tools to take with you from the table. Anthony has provided us a system and a process whereby you get pumped up for the 6 hours you're here, but he leaves you with actual things that you can put into process. And the 12 people that we have from Grand Prairie that's invested 5 hours one way each day to come down to this has seen tremendous results in their year. And we've taken people from level 4 up to, or from level 0s to level 5s. We've had a 50% increase in production. And this is a person that was in level 5 who's gone to an elite conference this year. And it's all because of Morris' program, and it's the confidence he's built in everybody. John, do you have anything else you want to add?
Yeah, I just want to say the different slides that he has given us, I have used. One is the two-cliff that I've used. I have closed sales on that illustration, and people understand the tape concept people relate to a measuring tape as their life, and you cut that tape in 1 quarter and say that 1 quarter of your life is gone. Or if you're dealing with a 55-year-old and you cut that tape off at that point and say you have basically 30 birthdays, you got 30 anniversaries left in your life, isn't it near time that we sit down and do a little bit of financial planning? That's what Anthony has given me, is the confidence to put in that.
I think the actual tangible benefit for, I mean, I talked a little bit about culture, but the reality, my partner and I, we've probably, well, I know we've increased our revenue by over 68% this year, and our NAFIC level by the time it all washes out, 7,000 to 10,000 NAFIC year over year. Not a direct benefit, but it has been a major impact on our business and how we actually do business, and freeing up time for us to do business and making our assistant understand what we do, what we're presenting, and how it's presented. So when clients are calling in, they know what the score is, and they know how to present it to the clients.
Yeah, it's the one of the most beautiful parts about this process and this system that Anthony has taught us is I believe, is all of the flip charts and all of the comments that he says. They're in my head, and I can't get them out of my head. And every time a client says something to me, I'm thinking about what's on the flip chart to say back to him, back to my clients. And they're amazed. And they're so receptive because it's such easy language for them to understand in what he's presenting to us and how we present that topic or that information to our clients. And that is huge. And I sit back and I watch the expression on their faces after I say something that Anthony had told me. And I'm just amazed because all of a sudden you can just see the fear and the anxiety and the resistance melt away when you say something back like that Anthony has taught us.
For those of you that know me in the clerical world, I've been around 30 years, and I'm high definition ADD. And if Anthony can captivate me and keep me engaged for 7 hours in a meeting room, he's a wonderful presenter. He brings humor, he's intense, but unfortunately I had to miss Unit 5 because I was ill, but I wouldn't miss these sessions for the world, and it is the best time spent and money invested I've ever put in, and it's built my confidence, and I'm usually a pretty confident person, but it's really improved my confidence when dealing with people in general, and especially within the center. Do you have anything else you want to add?
No, I'm fine.
Ernie?
Just one other comment. This really has to go across the whole company. That there is no way, from an advisor standpoint, from year 1, year 3, year 5, year 7, year 10, year 20, that you cannot improve on what you're doing with this system that Anthony has taught us. And I think that's probably the most confident thing that I've ever said. And because from my standpoint, I'm looking at telling my clients I'm never going to retire. Because the confidence is certainly there for me to say that, and they believe in me, and they know that I'm going to be around to help them with their family's future and their children's future, and that's big for my clients. That's really big.
It was interesting. One thing that Anthony said is your wall unit is full of information, and it's smart with all the brochures, all the booklets. I went through, I got over 20-some booklets that I collected from BAM schools and different motivation speakers. I'm scared right now when we're done this number 6. Like, I'm scared because now I've got to go back, and the very first meeting I got to have is with myself. So, Clerica, from me, we need to continue. We need to continue with this course, and I will be the #1 person to sign up next year. Thank you.
When I was presented with the opportunity of attending Anthony Morris's motivational and educational program, I wondered as to what new material I could hear after having attended $17 million roundtable meetings. Mr. Morris certainly surprised me very pleasantly. His material was new. It was useful and presented to us in a fashion that we could integrate it into our everyday process of doing business. The templates and the scripts, et cetera, that were made available to us were all extremely practical, and I have put a number of them to use. Mr. Morris's ability to capture the student's attention and hold it throughout the entire 6 or 7 hour period of lessons or educational presentation that he gives us is absolutely phenomenal. He has a tremendous amount of energy, and that energy stays with him throughout the entire day, and there's never a dull moment. Good portion of the presentation is made in a very humorous manner, other in a serious manner, such that there's a variation, and at no time are you or do you have an opportunity to doze off. He absolutely captures your attention at all times. The material that we were exposed to was given to us in such bites and pieces that we were able to integrate it into our everyday work. It wasn't a case of having numerous ideas thrown at us and without the ability to practice them. When that happens, of course, you lose most of the material, whereas we had the opportunity to integrate them one slice at a time, so to speak, and that made it very practical and enhanced our ability to do our work. I was a 37-year veteran when this opportunity presented itself, so I was working in my 38th year. And in short, I had a 34% increase in business on my 38th year. Why did I attend, or why did I wish to attend these classes as presented? Frankly, I felt that I was getting a little bit stale and needed a little motivation. When I relate the cost in time and money to the result that I had, or that I have gotten, I would recommend it strictly on a financial base, where a 37-year veteran can have a 34% increase in his business. I multiplied my cost factor by probably 50 times. Therefore, without question, it's exceptional value for the money that you will spend in the form of actual money and time.
Successes from the Anthony Morris program has been phenomenal. We've tried, my wife and I have tried some of his ideas and have had really great responses. Clients really like to be spoiled, and as we invest in our clients and give back to them, the response that we keep getting from them has been really overwhelming.
Since I've been taking the course, some exciting things have happened in my business. At the same time, I started the course, I had partnered up with another advisor, and we've done a number of things that have been very exciting. The interesting thing is that I haven't really learned the scripts the way I want to, but I find that they start popping out when I have the opportunity to be in front of people and talk to them. My partner John and I have we've handed out popsicles at a local Dragon Boat Festival with Clerica signs all over the place. We had a marshmallow driving contest that was a blast, with a women's scramble, and all they could do was talk about those darn guys with their marshmallows. And one client called and says, "I don't know what you're doing, but you're doing a good job of it." And so we have had some exciting success and a number of phone calls because of our presence that we've done in the community, from the popsicles and from the driving. I'm excited about what we can learn for the future, because I think that this is the key I see for me and my partner to take our business to the next level that we want to do. And so that's to provide the service that our clients need, and it's providing the system to do so.